Everybody, listen, I was watching Hardcore Pawn last night. It's a show that comes on TV in the 5 Mile section of Detroit. And I was telling my girl, they make a whole show about people pawning shit. It's gotta be rough. There's gotta be a way there's gotta be rough out there, boy. And it's about people who come in there pawning stuff. And sometimes they come in there acting a fool and demanding shit. The same way people used to do the same way people do at the welfare center. Like the welfare center owe them money. And they be like, they be telling Les, you gonna give me my money. You gonna give me $300 for this. And Les be like, I give you $50 for it. And people think just because they paid $300 for something, that when they pawn it, they're gonna get $300 for it. And it don't work that way. A lot of times, I remember back in the days when everybody was walking around with fat gold chains on and shit. And they was paying $1,000, $500 for them chains, and the Chinese people was making big buku money off them chains, because the chains don't be worth shit. Everybody was walking around with gold teeth. I had one. Gold teeth and shit, and them chains don't be worth shit. Then when you go to try to pawn them, you think you're gonna get $400 for it because you paid $500 for it, but the chain don't be worth but $50. The chains don't be worth shit. So hardcore pawn takes place in Detroit where people come in there pawning shit all the time. And it shows how, people be acting a fool and shit. And Les is a white dude. He act just like a nigga. Nigga meaning, ghetto mentality. White dude, black leather jacket, gold chains around his neck, counting money in the street. You know how black people like to do, take pictures with money and shit like that. And that's what Les be doing. And by the way, when I used to live in Kentucky, the whole 41A highway is loaded with pawn shops. The whole 41A, the highway is loaded with pawn shops. And that's where the soldiers work from paycheck to paycheck, just like they do in the hood, working from paycheck to paycheck. And like a lot of times when soldiers get paid, they be broke by the end of the week, so they gotta go pawn something. And a lot of soldiers go overseas and come back with those nice stereos and electronics and stuff. And they be pawning them. And a lot of times they can't get it back out, or they gotta pay interest and shit like that. And that's how America is, man, interest. By the way, Jews created interest. But that's how Les is. And the other day, somebody came in there with a table that they had got from the gynecologist. And it's one of the tables where the lady, when the lady go to the GYN, how she gotta lay down and spread her legs and stuff like that. But somebody came in there and pawned the table, and Les bought the table for $50 and resold the table for $250, if I'm not mistaken. So he made $200 profit right then and there. And my girl was saying that's wrong. He shouldn't take advantage of people like that. And I was saying that's how the world is, man. And this lady I just walked by, she was saying, well, everybody's not like that. Well, everybody's not like that, but the rich are like that. And that's how the rich get rich. The rich get rich by taking advantage of people's desperate conditions and needs and wants. And that's how it is, man. Like Mario Puzo said in his book, a lawyer with a briefcase can steal more than 100 men with guns. And that's how it is, man. And pawn shops make big money, boy. People coming in there pawning shit and can't get it back out. And like I said, Les be acting just like a nigga, talking shit, saying you ain't gonna do. Les be pretty much saying, he do say, oh, look at the helicopters. Those are Army helicopters because of the flood. Like Les be saying, you ain't gonna do shit to me. Les be like, pop off. And he be having them big ass bodyguards and shit like that. But that's how it is in the world, man. It's an eye for an eye. And my girl be trying to tell me about karma and all that other stuff. And I be like, well, and like I tell people in a poem, if karma was true, the Ku Klux Klan would be picking cotton right now. And they not. Karma was just something. Karma and an eye for an eye. What goes around comes around. It's just something to make weak people feel good about themselves. That one day, people that do them wrong is going to get theirs in the end. And a lot of times, it's not necessarily true. An eye for an eye, and what goes around comes around, and all that other shit. That shit ain't true. I be telling people I told her, if you do something to me, I'm gonna do it back. I'm not a bad guy, and I'm not a gangster, and I'm not a thug, and all that. But fuck that. I'm not gonna live my whole life getting fucked over. But like I was saying, man, if they make a whole show about people pawning shit. It's gotta be rough. It's gotta be rough out there. But, nah, man, nice guys finish last in America. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.